Hello, I'm your commentator Eunice, and today I will be explaining to you about the culture of Jeju해녀. If you look at the photograph on the right, you can see the shore of Jeju, which is the southern island of Korea. Now, do you see a woman standing in the middle of the photo? Well, who do you think this is? Well, she is one of Jeju Island's female divers, so-called the mothers of the sea. These divers are called 해녀 in Korean, 해 meaning the sea, and 여 meaning woman. Combined, 해녀 refers to a female diver who dives into the ocean water to collect seafood like abalones, clams, sea urchins, and seaweed. In 2016, the culture of Jeju해녀 was listed as UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage. Ancient records that date back to the early 12th century suggest that the practice of diving existed even before the 1st century BC. There is a reason why the culture especially thrived on Jeju Island. Jeju was not an ideal farming place due to the lack of land, but it was rather a place with abundant seafood thanks to its geographical location. At first, while men sailed to the deep sea on boats, women gathered food from the shallow waters. However, due to the small number of men, a lot of women were eventually encouraged to dive into the deep sea themselves. This eventually shifted the diving industry to being majorly female-oriented. Instead of employing artificial means to increase harvests, 해녀s chose to adapt to the environment and coexist with the marine ecosystem. A great deal of techniques and knowledge acquired from this process were passed down through countless generations, forming the modern-day 해녀 community. If you look at these photos, you can see that other than basic items like goggles or diving suits, the 해녀s do not have any other specialized equipment, not even oxygen masks that can help them breathe underwater. The special way in which the 해녀s submerge underwater is called 물질 in Korean. This is an eco-friendly harvesting method, and it is intrinsic to Jeju culture. It refers to how they dive underwater and collect seafood without any oxygen supplying device. 해녀s solely rely on their own determination to hold their breath by controlling their respiratory system. Usually, they will spend about 30 seconds at the depth of 5 meters underwater, but when necessary, they can even hold their breath for more than 2 minutes and go as deep as 20 meters underwater. After rising to the surface, they make panting sounds called 숨비소리 in Korean, which sounds similar to whistling. Such type of breathing allows them to emit the carbon dioxide that has accumulated in the body and rapidly breathe in fresh oxygen. Through this whistling sound, they can endure longer submerging periods with minimized resting time. 해녀's eco-friendly diving practices that do not rely on devices and equipment show sustainable usage and distribution of natural resources. Another distinct characteristic of 해녀s is that they have a strong communal culture that involves excellent cooperation amongst themselves. For instance, no matter how much seafood an individual 해녀 collects, at the end of the day, they gather all the harvest and distribute equal portions to everyone. This picture shows 불터, which is a fireplace surrounded by stone walls. This is a place where 해녀s get together to get warm after work or even share opinions before making a collective decision. Their communal culture is crucial to the 해녀s' learning because older 해녀s teach the younger 해녀s by sharing their own knowledge and experiences that they have acquired throughout their life. For instance, 해녀s with a lot of experience usually have a clear understanding of the ocean geography and various factors like winds and bird that can help them determine the appropriate weather for work. So nowadays, 해녀s play a big part in Jeju's cultural identity and represent the bold spirits of Jeju people. More importantly, they are considered as a source of motivation and courage for women. Considering that the culture developed in a society that was deeply patriarchal, 해녀s taking part in the region's economy contributed to the elevation of women's status. Since the 19th century, these women have been spreading out to other regions in Korea and foreign countries like in Japan, China, and Russia, acting as the primary driving force behind the expansion of Jeju's diving industry. Thank you.